Hello, everybody. It's Gloria from GGTheCrochetQueen. Welcome back to my channel. I will be on for a short time. Today is Monday, a busy day. Thought it would be a nice, easy one, but it's not. Those are my chains on my purses. So this was the first purse that I did in the sparkle cream colored, and I put silver color chain on it. I think they're about 45 inches, 47 inches. And then this is the purple one that I did in the sparkle. And I put a gold chain on this one. So these are my lovelies. I love this pattern. It's a simple pattern, a little tedious because it's all single crochets and slip stitches. But once it's done, it's done. You just whip stitch it together, put your hardware on it, and it's finished. Hey, Valerie, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. And I hope you did a thumbs up. What are you working on? What's your weather like? And to the lurkers, thank you for lurking. Hope you do a thumbs up. So I'm just going to see if I can whip up one of my rectangles that I need to get finished. How's my hair look? Off. There you go. Been doing everything but I'm working on these rectangles. I am so far behind. Yeah, I'm very safe. Yeah, it's going up the West Coast again. It just hit, the last one just hit, Helene just hit the West Coast, and now it's going to hit the almost in the same area again. Hey, Darcia, how are you today? Thank you for joining me, and I'll get a thumbs up. What are you working on? What's your weather like? We just have a lot of rain. We're going to have rain for the next 3 or 4 days. Heavy rains. Hey, Vicki, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for lurking. Lurkers are all welcome. I had to count. I don't count out loud because someone else may be counting. I don't want to throw them off. I saw a video today. I don't knit. The only knitting I do is on my Central or my Addy. That's it. I can do the knit stitch, and I don't care too much for Tunisian, so I'm probably like out here all by myself, but I've never liked Tunisian. I don't like when it curls. There's so many different ways to do it. I never really understand where I should be grabbing my yarn. So, and I even watched Tony's very good tutorial on Tunisian, but it's just not my thing. And I follow a guy. He has a Tunisian crochet channel, and he does all kinds of things with Tunisian, but it's just never been my thing. So I saw this video today from Lion Brand. Just like Red Heart has the granny square yarn, which in my opinion, unless you crochet exactly like that person that told you how to do it, you're not going to get that exact. I've yet to see anyone do it the very first try and get the exact granny square where all the colors change where they're supposed to. But anywho, they now have so that was Red Heart with the what do you call it? The granny square. Now Lion Brand has a knit quick Let me see. Anyway, it has the loops already made on a piece of it, and then you, however many you want to use, you take that and then you knit with those loops already on. I cannot wait for some knitter to do a review on that, because I'm like, that's a hot mess. Let me see. Valerie said, my cousin had no water or power for 6 days in Covington. Oh, I need to contact my friend. She lives in Covington, and she was on my mind, and I'm so busy with so much stuff, I totally forgot. And I meant to check on her because she lives in that area. Vicky says, you're not alone. No, I don't. They can keep Tunisian all day, all night. Pretty, whatever they can do with it, but it's not my cup of tea. Hey, Darcia, how are you today? She says, I'm working on a blanket, trying to get the base row right. I had to frog it 3 times. I'm working with some zebra striped yarn. It's pretty, but a little hard to work. So is that black and white yarn? Yeah, it's that knitting thing. I was like, hey, what? So everybody's trying to make other crafts easier to do, but I've never had an interest in knitting. I think it's beautiful work, but I'm good with just my one hook. And I did a yard work this past weekend, which I hardly ever do. So my knee, the knee that's not even injured, hurt more than the other knee. So I don't know what was going on there. So I put some YT tape on there. Not YT, some KT tape. Put some KT tape on there. And now it feels better. So it's not hurting like it was. And of course, because I'm pulling on things and I don't pull much except for yarn, then my hands started hurting. And I was using the not loops and threads, the what's the yarn called? Oh geez. Big twist. The big twist crochet hooks. And as I was doing, my hands were hurting more and more. And I was like, ugh. So I picked up my clover hook because I couldn't even find that one. Of course, it was right there stuck with the yarn. But I picked up the clover hook and started using the clover hook, and my pain went away. And the same thing has happened before when I used my Susan Bates hooks. I get pains in my hands, but when I use my clover hooks, I don't get that pain. So, to say the least, I won't be using them. Those will definitely be my emergency hooks because I cannot be in pain and crocheting. Let me see. Everybody is speaking. You either like knitting or you don't. Yeah. Some people do both. I just never. Hey, Brianna, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. I'm good. I'm sure your daddy is over the roof, through the moon, with that win by UM. I don't get ESPN, so I couldn't watch the game, but I watched the score on my app. And before I went to sleep, the last score I saw was Miami 18, excuse me, and Cal 38. I was like, whoo, child. But they had a whole quarter to go. I was like, they better come with it because otherwise they're going to lose their first game. And when I woke up the next morning, I was shocked. 39-38. So Cal didn't even score anything else the rest of the game. I was like, oh, UM still undefeated. I am so happy for UM. And it was if you don't follow football, excuse me, but I have to carry on with my football talk. It was a good day in football because Miami, by chance, we won a game, which I didn't even expect us to win, but we won. We played the Patriots, who are not the great Patriots of Tom Brady. And the Jets lost. Thank you. It was a good day for me. And Alabama got beat. It was a good football weekend for me. Oh my goodness. Yes, LAL, he was excited for UM and then said Dolphins won too. Who cares? Yes, he's shady. Tell him don't be talking about my Dolphins. We praying for every win we can get. Hey Renee, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. Getting ready to get Serena. Hey, tell the little Miss Serena I said hey. Everybody said hello. Yes, tell your daddy don't be hating on my doggone Dolphins. The nerve of him. Tell him I thought we were here. Yeah, we were quite happy. Shoot, that was a tough game for Miami. It was so pitiful. And I didn't even want to watch it. I was working most of the weekend anyway. And so I turned it on. What did I turn it on? I think, let me see. I must have turned it on in the fourth quarter because I just couldn't stomach it. I just like, we just can't, all these field goals. My goodness, can't somebody get a touchdown? And so I finally turned it on. And by chance we won. Because when I thought they had really lost, they had not lost because when I did turn it back on, I saw that the Patriots didn't get that touchdown. I was like, oh, okay, what happened? So I don't even know what happened because all I know is we won. That's all that were. That's all that I cared about. Hey, Jeanette, how are you today? Thank you for joining me, Jeanette of DIY Creations. Says hello to everyone in the chat. What are you working on? What's your weather like? Are you working? She's saying hi to everybody. So anywho, I couldn't watch a whole lot of my games, but I could see the scores, and that's all that mattered to me. And the people that I do not want to win, a few of them lost. So it was a good football weekend. This is my favorite. This is the joyous time of the year for me. I love football. Vicky's hi. So if any of you knitters on here get that yarn, let me know how it works out for you. I was like, they can keep that. I will not be spending my heart. It's probably $10 or $15. I won't say 15. It's a big scheme. I wonder if it's got to be, if they've done the thing on it, it's got to be selling. Let me look up. Let's go to Lion Brand. Let's go to the source. I did find a pattern for that Bitsy. Is it Bitsy? Bitty. The Bitty Stripes yarn. I don't like the yarn. I don't like the feel of it. I know for a fact I am going to have to block it. Not really have to, but it's got to be put into something because I do not like the feel of it at all. And it's thicker than I thought it would be. So we'll see when I finish it. Let me see. Darcy said, what are you working on, Gigi? I am working on just my rectangle that I need to get done. I said I was going to do 5 a month so that I could send them to Warm Up America. I am so behind. Only have 2. So that's what I'm trying to work on. Let me see. Let me see. Valerie said nothing. So I guess you're not working on anything. Valerie said, excellent to hear that, Alabama. Yeah, they've been ruling the SEC for a long time. It's time for them to come off of their high. And they won to a team that had not beat them in 40 years. And it was so fun. These young kids, they took the goalpost, broke it down, carried it through the city all the way and dumped it into the river. Now, who paying for that? Their mama and daddy. That's who's paying for that. I said, these children are so crazy. Quick Knit. I think it's called Quick Knit. Let me look up Lion Brand Quick Knit. Where is it? Not Lion. Yeah, Lion Brand Quick Knit. Quick Knit. I think that's what it's called. Okay, there's a site. Let's see. Oh, what is the price? Yeah, okay. Okay, there it is. But where's the price of it? Oh, Instaknit. It's called Instaknit, not Quick Knit. Instaknit. Same difference. It's definitely not something that I want. Oh, it is $12.99. So right in the middle of my 10 and 15, $12.99. It is definitely not my cup of tea. And you have to use some big needles too. 12.75 inches, size 13, 9mm is the recommended needle, and the needles are $6.49. So that's, let's get it to clear up. Sorry if I'm blinding anybody. Here you go. That is it. Instaknit. They can keep Instaknit. Not my thing. But they have a tutorial, a video about how to use it, but I don't knit. Oh, Valerie said she went out and came back in to hit the like button. Thank you, Valerie. I see the lighting changing. But I found that was interesting. When I watched that video and then she showed how to weave in the ends and then that end that has all those loops in there, I was like, that don't even look cute to me. But I'll be on the lookout. I follow a couple of people. They're not straight knitters. They have knitting with their crocheting. So I'll see who's the first person to do it. I don't know if does Crystal knit? I don't think so. I've never seen her say anything about knitting. I don't mess with knitting. Even when I use my Central or my Addy and I have drop stitches, I usually end up frogging the whole thing and starting over again because I can't figure out how to fix those drop stitches. And I've watched plenty of videos on them, and it's like, okay, I just don't get it. I know you're supposed to pull it up, but I think it's probably because by the time I see that it's dropped, I've already gone too far. Then you have to pull up so many different ones. I said, forget it. I just take it off and just let it drop down and start all over again if I haven't gotten too far. Usually hopefully if you keep your tension right when you're doing those machines, if you're going to have drop stitches, you catch them early on instead of later on in the project. But that is what I saw today. That was interesting. What else has been going on? think that's about all for me. I just want to get these rectangles, because they're not squares, they are rectangles, which I don't know why they just couldn't do a square. Make big squares, but they wanted rectangles. So I'm going to do a rectangle. And if anybody wants to do that, it's Warm Up America. You can look it up. They actually have a pattern for one. And I tried to read it and do it. And it just didn't make sense to me. So I just said, let me figure out how to make this the right size that they want and leave it at that. So that's what I did. It took me a few tries to get it to the right measurement. But I think I have it right now. At least I hope I do. And if I don't, I think I'm going to call it a day. I feel so bad for all these people that's getting hit with these hurricanes, and they haven't even recovered from the last one, and now another one is coming. And the people in North Carolina got hit really hard. And everybody's trying to help them. They have areas that had just cities have just been washed away. Towns, cities, whichever one they call them, but they are no more. They showed aerial views of what it looked like before and what it looks like now. And I've been up to Ashland. Let me see. Wherever Biltmore Estates is. Asheville? Asheville. I think it's Asheville. I've been there before. And it's all mountainous area. So it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Hopefully it's going to take probably years for them to recover from that. I'm just hoping this hurricane season goes away after this hurricane and just stays quiet for the next month and a half, because hurricane season ends at the end of November. And hopefully we can get through it without any more after this one. As the people in this area that is going to hit again just had one last week. It's crazy. Crazy weather. All right, I got a couple of minutes, and then I'm getting off of here so I can go grab a snack and get ready to go back to the OK Corral. That's how I feel today. Dodging bullets. I'm using my Homeland yarn. I like this yarn, but it's heavyweight yarn. Not good for me down here. That's how I feel about that bitty yarn, that bitty stripes. It's thick. I'll be back on Friday, and hopefully by Friday I will have it finished, what I'm making with the bitty yarn. You too, Vicki. Thank you for dropping by. Have a blessed day as well. And California has the fires going on. It's like incredible. And then there's another heat wave on that end of the world, along with all those fires. We just can't win, people. We just can't win. All right, I am going to get off of here and go and grab a snack or so and get back to work. But I thank you all again for joining me. I appreciate it. And I hope that you all have a good rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep crocheting. Bye-bye.